He's on.
It's a goal. It's a goal. It's a goal.
We've tried to start this podcast. I think this is the third time we've tried to start this, and
Lucas's attempt at an intro.
and I mean, one time I think Liam's mic was too loud. The other time the camera just turned dark.
Turned black.
Well, welcome back to the 90 Minute Podcast, the 90 Minute Podcast channel, and audio apps as well. Welcome. We got Lucas,
Yo.
Gregory,
Hi.
Brett,
Shalom.
and I'm the fat man. But you know, another week, football, the world, everything else. Let's get into it. Let's get into the weekly podcast. Greg, your wrist is still broken.
Could be broken, could be fractured.
You're
could
a
be
little
sprained, we don't
bitch.
But he won't go to the doctor.
Brett's right, United, even though
Let's
they
go to
just
the
got
doctor.
slapped up by your crosstown rivals.
Shout out United.
You're not top of the table. I am top of the table. Shout out to Celtic.
Hey, we
Livingston
wanted-
at the Tony
Hey,
Macaroni.
our
You're
teams
a
are top of the
glory
table.
Hey, hey, calm down. We won a trophy.
So did we.
What did you win?
The Scottish Cup,
When?
like a couple weeks ago.
Okay,
Big
then why didn't you?
Ange's first trophy?
Why didn't you talk about it a couple weeks ago?
Because I don't need to talk about that.
Oh, he's a
winning-
serial winner.
Winning trophies is
Oh!
okay. Anyways.
You're my hero. Did I ever tell you that?
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking get out of here.
I don't even want to talk about our team's current state.
Well, we're going to talk about your team's current state because Manchester Derby just finished.
Good.
We watched it live on twitch.tv/the 90th minute official.
Good plug.
And you got your shit handed to you multiple times. 4 times, actually.
We got our fudge packed.
Lucas doesn't know the
Oh,
actual
yeah.
stats of the
Oh,
of
yeah.
the game.
Yeah,
so
you guys told me not to look at it. I saw the game up until 3-1, and then I had to go somewhere.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll give you the full match stats first, and then we'll go into the second half. Because the second half, well, the first half, United were somewhat in the game.
Yeah.
United was there.
Yeah.
It was 2-1 at
It's 2-1
halftime.
halftime, yeah.
They were somewhat pressing. They had the possession a little bit. here and
Yeah, they
there.
were getting into good counterattacking situations, but yeah, Cities were still probably the better team.
At the end of the game, possession finished for Man City 70%. We can also go. City had 24 shots.
Mm-hmm.
United had 5. City had 10 shots on target. United had 2. Yeah, that's just. But the second half.
You want to let Lucas guess?
Yeah.
Se-
How much possession do you think Manchester United had in the second half?
Well, if I'm gonna have to guess, I'm gonna have to guess something really low with how you guys are insinuating everything.
I don't know if you can guess as low as it was.
What, did they have like 8% possession?
Exactly spot on.
8%.
Literally.
8% possession in the second half.
That's dire.
And
not
They
Eric,
weren't
not
even
Eric Dyer.
there.
No.
They weren't
No.
even
They-
there.
they gave
They
up.
weren't.
Roy
Let's
Keane.
be real. In the second half, they were Manchester City's extra team.
Yeah.
They were the team that got them that they practice with.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't even a game. Pep felt so comfortable during that second half, he didn't even have to make a second substitution.
Yeah, he made one sub.
He
He
brought,
just goes and sits there and goes, we're training.
he brought off Kevin for Gundogan. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne had a great game. He scored the 2 goals, got an assist as well. Really, really good game for him. But yeah, like I said, the second half especially, United just were not there. They were not relevant. They didn't play. They didn't press. They didn't have any possession. And it all really turned when Paul Pogba came off the field.
Yeah.
Pogba came off for Lingard, and then Elanga came off for Rashford. Neither change did anything beneficial. At least Elanga was running in behind. Rashford was just kind
Yeah.
of standing there.
Well, Rashford,
He's better at
I've
feeding
been
children.
saying for a while that I really do think that he needs to spend some time on the bench.
Yeah.
Spend some time seeing what he's doing wrong, and then he came on, and he's still doing the same things wrong. He will not. I don't get it. He gets into the box, and then he just seems like he's the only one in the world.
He tries to
And
beat
there's
4 or
nobody
5
else-
men, yeah.
There's nobody else other than him and the guys on the other team. And you're just screwed.
Yeah.
You're screwed.
Of course, you didn't have Cristiano Ronaldo. You didn't have Varane.
And with
But
that,
would they have really done much?
Varane would have
Varane maybe, because Harry Maguire yet again. I'm not gonna say he's at fault for
Who?
goals, but Harry Maguire definitely did not shine himself with much glory as City scored their first couple goals.
He's a literal clown.
He was defending the space that was just
He
the
was
middle of the field.
defending ghosts.
Yeah.
Ghosts. Let's be real. Ghosts.
Spooky.
I don't even know whose ghosts they would have been.
And I mean, for your captain, for the defender you spent $80 million on, it's shocking how he's not just such a strong leader back there.
But I've been saying for a while now, just tuck your tail between your legs and just say, hey,
He's not.
we messed up.
He's not good enough.
He's not good. There's no reason to keep forcing him into this. No reason at all. Because all you're doing is also diminishing his stock even more,
Yeah.
obviously.
And
But
his
if you go,
confidence has to be shot as well.
well, yeah, if you go and you sit there and you go, listen, we got you for 80. That's a tough price point for even Jadon Sancho to sit there and go, oh, that's
Yeah.
kind of tough. But if you sat there and said, hey, we paid 80, you know, it's just not working out. You can play every third game, every whatever, right? Just kind of be a depth guy, sadly, for 80 million, but just be the guy that we can rely on when we have some whatever.
An
thing
injury or
is-
suspension, yeah.
Varane having all these injuries is not helping you. So,
No.
So, and I mean, are you going to play Phil Jones?
Why not? I mean,
Varane's been decent.
why not Eric Bailly?
Yeah.
That's true. I forgot about Eric Bailly.
I love Eric Bailly. I always have. Well, he's had some moments, but I do really like Eric Bailly in 9 times out of 10. So, what's the issue there?
I mean, it's hard to say that you're willing to put 80 million pounds worth of player on the bench.
But
then you did it with Sancho, you did it with Rashford. He was worth 80
and
million,
if we're the club that's paid so much money throughout, like the most amount of money in Europe for transfers, it's not like there's not going to be a couple of them where you can just be like,
it didn't work out.
I guess that it is what it is. Like, you can't just sit there and be so, because if you're this stubborn about it, you're diminishing the entire team.
Well,
not just this team, but clubs in the future.
Let's look at, for example, Tottenham when they sold Gareth Bale and they brought in all those players with that money that they got. Really, none of those signings worked out very well. Maybe Eric Lamela was all right, but I think they could say we wasted the Gareth Bale money on a lot of players who came in and did not do the job.
Right.
So, can United say we wasted the money that we've spent over the past? Not all the players, but quite a few of them have not worked out.
Might as well.
United just need an overhaul.
Yeah,
And
and it's not even an overhaul of players; it's the overhaul of front office.
yeah,
They definitely do need a manager to come in and actually stamp his authority and game plan and everything. And maybe Ralph's better on the
Behind
board,
the scenes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing too. Is what will it look like in the future? We have, I guess, negotiations have opened up in regards to Eric Ten Hag, so that's fingers crossed. That's been my guy. Well, basically anyone who's not Pochettino guy, but I don't like Pochettino.
No, I don't think Pochettino's a good fit for United. I don't think Pochettino. I don't rate Pochettino as highly as people do for some reason.
I don't get it.
I don't know what he's
gotten his love.
achieved.
I mean, I guess he did the thing with Tottenham.
He did well with Spurs to take him to a place where they've never been before.
Yeah,
but I don't think he did job once they got there.
I don't think that was necessarily him.
No.
Well, that is probably.
I think players I think lots of players respect him and do like him though. So
I know your vote is obviously and always going to be Eric Ten Hag. Yeah. You want the Ajax box coming to United. Lucas, what do you think? Would that be a good fit for United?
Probably would be pretty cool for United fans to have a guy that can make a Champions League semi-final.
Do you think he'd be able to come in though and stamp like his brand of football and his player type?
I think it's very difficult. I think the difference with Ajax and with Manchester United, there's more egos with Manchester United. There's also more pressure. Ajax have given this guy Ten Hag a lot of time when he was at Ajax. If things weren't going to go well next season, they would have been fine. But like Ten Hag has had a good team, then had a poor, less than stellar team, like in a transition phase, and over time they built more players up and got better, and he's probably gotten better as a manager, I would presume.
So the question is, can United? I mean, what United need is not what United want, and it's to bring in a manager, give him a couple of years, rebuild the squad, get rid of the players who don't want to be there, get the players in that he wants, and rebrand the whole identity.
Maybe they need to pull what Arsenal's doing right now.
That's exactly
Yeah.
it. But the difference is Arsenal doesn't view themselves as title contenders, and if they do, they're joking themselves.
Yeah, but
United finished second last year.
yeah, they finished
A lot
second
of
in
United fans walked into this league this year saying, "We bought Ronaldo, we bought Varane, Sancho.
They
We're
should have
gonna
been
go win the
fighting
league."
for the
Yeah,
league.
they're probably a little overconfident, to be honest.
Yeah, and now the opportunity, or like the ability to give a manager a couple of years seems to not be possible at United.
Especially, I think Arsenal is an odd case because I don't think there is really a place for rebuilds, especially for the bigger clubs.
Big six.
Yeah, it's hard to do it. So Arsenal did it in a.
Arsenal doing a very good job
Yeah.
right now.
Well, there's no part of rebuild. Like, you're not gonna like be a team that's in the top, then go in the bottom half of the table and then go back up. That's very difficult to do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, Arsenal have been a European team for this entire century, whether it's Champions League or Europa League.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure this was the first season they weren't in European football in
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
But they've obviously had problems with certain egos.
Mhm.
Mikel Arteta recognized that problem, and over time, he was able to get players that he didn't feel like
They
fit
wanted
his
to,
dressing
yeah.
room.
Yeah.
Aubameyang, well, since that Aubameyang transfer to Barcelona has helped both of those
Yes.
parties.
Yeah.
And that also helps with, you see Ozil leaving. I like Ozil, but maybe it was time to go, and
Mhm.
things weren't working out. I think he's part of it was sort of screwed with his time at Arsenal towards the end, but I won't get into that. Then like guys like Mustafi, Kolasinac,
Yep.
like guys who were brought in that initially started pretty well and were thought to be good pieces for Arsenal. They ended up just stinking the place up,
Yep.
becoming memes themselves,
Mhm.
and not really wanted in the dressing room. Like Guendouzi, like promising player, but there was something with him that
It just didn't work.
And then you see players like Lacazette now looking they're probably going to be leaving at the end of the season.
Lacazette at least works hard.
He does, and you know he's actually, now that he's the starting center forward, he's actually found his place in the team a little bit more.
Which was something I also never got to, how Lacazette rarely.
Mm.
Like, I get
I-
you have
I-
Aubameyang,
yeah.
but like,
Aubameyang was
why
scoring
not
goals.
both?
I mean, they kind of did it at times, but
Yeah,
Sometimes,
well,
not
yeah,
always.
that's
I mean,
true. That's true.
I think also the one thing that Arsenal has going for them is their young talent is looking really good. I mean, you have Saka coming through the youth academy, Martinelli, Tierney, even there's young players littered around that squad that Ben White,
Odegaard's
Odegaard.
turning into a world. I won't say world class yet, but
even
he's getting there.
Ramsdale,
He's
you know.
good. He's good. I
Ramsdale.
there's a
love
lot of
Odegaard.
young players and that are playing extremely well.
I just think maybe they need a striker, some bit more depth when injuries happen to their midfield and fullback position, and they're gonna.
They'll sell. They guarantee they sell Lacazette.
Well, he's
He's
leaving on a
leaving
free.
on a free.
So 2 options for you, Arsenal. I know you're listening, so listen up. Jonathan David, be great to see. Alexander Isaac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Young, pacey, powerful striker. Get him in there.
Now I don't know. I don't know what Mikel Arteta actually wants and whether those guys fit the exact profile he wants.
Oh, I
But
don't care what he wants. I'm telling you what you need. I know what you need. Listen to me, and you'll win the league.
Fair enough.
I mean, Vlahovic would have been
Gooners.
perfect for them, but he's killing it with Juventus
Yeah.
as expected.
Who's that?
Vlahovic.
I said he'd do good at Juventus. I said
You said he would
I
become
think
a
I
flop.
said he would do great in this Mickey Mouse league. Outside of here, he will
He
do
scored
shit.
in the Champions League
Against
first
who?
minute.
Against
Literally
who?
32 seconds.
Against who?
Villarreal.
Shit
They
club.
beat Manchester United.
Shit club.
They're still in the
Hey,
Champions League.
Hey, hey! How did we get on to me?
Well, the whole
Listen,
point is
the
Manchester
yellow
United and
submarine is
Arsenal.
not for real.
And Arsenal, of course, is now in fourth. They have taken over Manchester United for that
With
fourth.
games in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 games in hand.
I think, is it 3 or 2?
It's 3. They play tomorrow.
Hey,
As we're,
Why?
as we're
big
recording
mom,
this.
fuck your life.
And they play
For
Everton,
real?
so it's a big
They
game.
do play us soon, but you know, if they win or lose, that
So
doesn't.
as a Liverpool fan, Lucas,
yeah,
Are
you
mad
upset
today?
about this result that just happened?
I'm not surprised. So I did.
Oh, we get it. We're bad.
But could you imagine if they could have beaten City, drawn City?
Look. As a
It's
Liverpool,
because Ole is gone.
Is it?
It is.
Ole
Ole went
Ole-
undefeated at Etihad. Ronaldo comes in, fucks it.
Didn't Ole
4-1.
lose a game in the cup against them?
Was it at Old Trafford though?
I don't know. But what I was going to say, look, the last two matches City had, Everton, United. If I expected City not to get 6 points, then I'm kidding myself. Why would those teams want to try their best against Manchester City?
Yeah, who would?
I mean, Everton kind of got screwed.
Yeah, they did.
But at the end of the day, I think there's only like 2 or 3 games where I can see City drop points for the rest of the season. Crystal Palace, us, and maybe was it? I don't even. West Ham. I think second last match day of the season, maybe. So we'll see what
You
happens.
think they're gonna drop points to Crystal Palace?
They've done this so many times.
Mm.
I think that's like a bogey team for them.
But
Don't
so-
you remember the Andres Townsend
Yeah.
strike?
I just, they're so good right now. I guess they were too when they lost to
Crystal Palace are 10th right
talk
now.
about
Yeah.
they are. Let's talk about Liverpool really quickly though. Your game against West Ham,
Yeah.
not an easy 90 minutes.
No, I think with how we play, the risks we take with the high line, West Ham really took advantage of that in several occasions and really should have scored at least once. They had some of the worst finishing I've seen in my life.
They've been struggling to score.
Lanzini with one of the worst misses
Oh
I've ever
my
seen.
God, that was bad.
They just
That was embarrassing. I could have scored that.
even was
Maybe.
maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Fornals should have probably scored. I mean, I think Allison did a good job keeping 1-on-1 and caused that chip to not be that
Yeah.
great.
Didn't Jaron Bowen go off injured?
Yeah,
Yes, he
he.
did.
That's a big
Oh
miss.
yeah.
He got hit in the knee because he was bleeding. And then it must have just been a bit of an impact kind of thing because he was limping off. So
But I'm loving Luis Diaz, man.
Luis
Oh,
Diaz.
yeah.
Great,
Oh,
Even I am.
oh, love the guy.
He's good.
He had that one chance where he dribbled it in the air between himself and just
Yeah.
it was like, oh yeah.
And that's what's crazy. It like that makes it so Mane's playing like striker, but then you still have Jota on the
Yeah.
bench, like
And
such
Bobby.
a fantastic
and
player.
Bobby.
Yeah,
Bobby has
He's-
to go.
he doesn't have to go.
I'll take Bobby.
Like
Bobby can do a job somewhere else.
I mean, if you,
Bobby, Divock, and Takumi Minamino. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, Bobby can stay.
Get the fuck out.
But Jota, I mean, he's just coming back from injury, so we'll see how he performs towards the running end of the season. I'm really excited. Do I think Liverpool will defeat Manchester City for the Premier League title? Probably unlikely right now, but there's a chance. And if
You still got the FA Cup, you got Champions League.
literally, this is like exactly like 3 seasons ago, where it was Manchester City versus Liverpool, each needing to win every single match towards the end of the season. They both did, and City won the league by, I believe, 2 points. So
That was an incredible title race, by the way.
But
Just wild.
won the Champions League.
Yeah.
So
You win the quadruple this year?
I mean, it's very.
it's there.
I as a fan, I just want to win either the Premier League or Champions League, which is asking for a lot. But with this type of team, I think winning one of those would be just incredible season.
Yeah.
So
You have a good team.
Of course, it also depends who you get in the
Good team.
Champions League.
of course,
Not-
but I think Liverpool can beat any team in Europe right now,
Yeah.
no matter who. Maybe some teams could beat them in one leg, and then Liverpool gets the other leg. But I think most matches, Liverpool with their starting lineup at their best can
beat any team.
beat
I agree.
any team.
I'd love to see Liverpool Bayern though.
Yeah, I think Bayern are not that great this
No,
season.
No.
they haven't been, but
They've
Yeah.
lost
it's
games.
still
Liverpool-
but it's still
Liverpool would
Bayern
win
Munich.
that.
Did
And
you-
of course, they're not even through yet, so
Look,
we can't.
when I say that Bayern haven't been great, I mean compared to previous years.
Their
to
own
the-
standards.
I think-
Since you
Yeah.
Pankas
I
years.
think
Oh my god.
I still
Hansi
think
Flick.
objectively.
Huh?
they
Hansi
did.
Flick.
Hansi Flick. Yeah.
I prefer Joop.
Hansi Flick was just
Joop Heynckes, I'm sorry, is the greatest Bayern manager they've ever had in their lives. That old man had that team rolling.
Hansi Flick had them rolling when they won the
They were
Champions,
just-
the
they
treble.
destroyed everything.
They did.
Everything.
I think-
They had the Lewandowski, when as Joop Heynckes had the Robin and Ribery just
Yeah.
bombing.
Put them
Those-
all together.
Oh!
The thing about Bayern too is that they haven't really changed their team much.
They have changed a little bit, I think, and I think the changes they have made has caused some disturbances.
Where do you think they've changed?
Well, center backs wise,
Well, fair, yeah.
yeah,
center backs for
Upamecano
sure.
I think has been not a disaster,
Underwhelming for
but
sure. Yeah.
he has made a lot of mistakes. And when you compare what he's done with Bayern and what Konate's done with Liverpool, I know Konate's played less than him, But
Conte's really been good.
Reliable.
yeah, I think Bayern they're having some troubles with re-signing players. They lost David Alaba, who was very reliable
Yeah,
last
that's
season.
It's a big
Yeah.
miss.
They're losing another defender
Manuel
this
Neuer
summer.
is going to be gone
Nicolas
pretty
Süle.
soon.
I mean, Manuel
Yeah,
Neuer's been injured, and
He's the old man.
I mean, Thomas Muller is scoring own goals.
Yeah.
Did you see that own goal?
I didn't see it, but we heard about it.
Like the free kick's going in. I don't know, Eichel or whatever the goalkeeper's for Bayern's name is. I can't remember. But
Ulreich.
Ulreich,
Sven
yes.
Ulreich. I know
Yeah.
I signed him.
He was like waiting for the ball to come, and Muller's like whoop, and kicks it in.
His horse kick. His all,
But I mean, center backs. I think if you are talking about positions that change and cause issues, that's one there because you look at
Harry
unfortunately,
Maguire.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring up
But
United.
then again,
The communication is
Bayern Munich was always very solid defensively, very
Yeah.
organized defensively. I mean, you look at Philip Lahm was there for how long and
Yeah.
just was rock solid all the time.
I mean,
just
No, that's a
Boateng
good
was there
point.
for a long time. Hummels was there
Yeah.
during his best years.
Yeah.
Like
Neuer
Alaba.
at- Neuer at his
Jerome
prime,
Boateng was just something.
But
Yeah.
Upamecano, maybe you'll get rid of those inconsistencies as the years go on. It's a big step from going from a good club to Bayern.
Yes.
Fair.
It's very difficult for, I think, a younger player to make that step.
Well, and I totally slipped my mind too that I forgot that Boateng was there last year and Alaba were the
Yeah.
two
And then
center
Davies
backs.
has had
Has
his problems,
injuries.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
That's a good
issues.
point. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
So
The entire back line, basically.
Yeah.
realistically, this should have been an opportunity for Dortmund to take advantage, but
Dortmund are
They've
Dortmund.
blown it.
That
As
guy
well.
would be bloody
I
Glasgow
mean,
Rangers.
Haaland's been injured for a while now.
Yeah.
I've been reading on Reddit. Some people are like, some Barca fans are like, I don't want Haaland anymore. He's too injury prone. I'm like, the guy has one injury that's bad. And-
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, obviously, it's an injury that's
I mean,
that's
yeah, it's
sticking
recurring.
around and
Yeah,
is nagging him. So, but also the thing is, are Dortmund maybe rushing him back a little bit because they want him back to try and get back in that title race?
maybe.
You know, maybe and
But maybe I've heard some people's opinions. I don't know if I agree with this or not, but some people have been saying maybe he needs to change his style of play a little bit, not be so aggressive.
So heavy on the ball. Just
give me the champagne.
slow down a little.
Champagne.
Because like he always goes 100% every time.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to, in some situations, cool it down.
He's getting older. He needs to slow down a little.
Haven't you heard? He's not 21 anymore.
I mean, the thing with Haaland, I think his physicality and his size is something that really improves his game. So if he's told to slow it down, that very much diminishes Haaland's effect.
Well, he might have to if he wants
Have
to.
a
Going
longevity,
and
yeah.
everything.
Or just get better. Drink more
Just
milk.
Get better. Get better. Say that to Haaland.
Drink more milk.
Please.
Eat your veggies and lift some weights.
So does that mean Mbappe is better?
Then Haaland-
Let's start this. Let's do this debate right now.
All right.
You mean like what everyone does?
Yeah, 5-10 years ago. No, 5-10 years from now. Let's go 10 years from now. Haaland or Mbappe?
It's so tough to say because
No. That's not what we're going with. I want your 100%. Who is it? Let's pretend we're 10 years from now. Who's better, Haaland or Mbappe?
Mbappe's had such a career already. I'm gonna say Mbappe.
Mbappe.
I'm saying Mbappe as well.
Mbappe.
It's tough.
It's so tough to
It's
say.
so tough.
I
but
think-
like just as a
'cause-
quick answer, I'm gonna say Mbappe.
Well,
If Mbappe goes to Real Madrid, it just doesn't work out for him, and then Haaland goes somewhere and it does. Well, then it flips the script completely.
Yeah, like if there's rumors of Mbappe potentially staying at PSG for another 2 years,
Gonna go for
apparently
$1 million.
getting the biggest contract I've ever seen in my life.
Tough to say no.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Mbappe could, but I'm also like I have a soft spot for Mbappe since I remember watching him at Monaco, like finding out about him just before his blow up in the Champions League that
Fucked up
season.
Manchester City. Yeah, I love that.
So, and Haaland, I
Hey.
think,
Take fucking notes.
yeah, Haaland. I think he's like basically the perfect striker, but
Yeah.
just not. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I think
I remember
it's
saying
such
that-
a hard.
I think he
answer.
needs
Well,
a
who are you
lot.
saying?
Look, sorry, I just want to finish this.
Yeah.
I think Mbappe can score with less chances. Haaland, I've seen many
I know about
times
that.
miss a lot of chances.
Haaland gets
I
a
could
lot
be
of
completely.
chances.
Holland creates his own
he
chance.
does.
The thing is,
so-
where
So does
Mbappe's
Mbappe, though.
nice is
With
he
his
actually
speed.
can play and he'll play anywhere up in the
I
attack.
also think
Yeah.
Mbappe can also become a bit more of a creator. Like I think that's what he's been
Yeah.
trying to develop in his game in the last few years, and I could see him being not just a goals guy, but like getting quite a few assists.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe like obviously not Messi
I'm sure.
levels,
but like him playing with Messi right now, I'm sure Messi's
Yeah.
helping him do so much stuff.
Well, and that's what I've been thinking as well, and trying to confirm my bias of Haaland to United, is that if Haaland is
He's not
going
going
to
to
shut the
United.
front door, if Haaland's learning from Ronaldo, I mean, if Mbappe's learning from Messi, almost a perfect, not comparison for him, but almost a perfect guy for him to be learning from in the sense of play style. And Haaland and Ronaldo, almost another perfect kind of mentor.
This guy is on absolute
This
crack.
guy is
How?
crazy.
How?
Listen,
How objectively?
Because you're
Not
mi-
even.
you're
say,
missing out the-
Say Ronaldo's at Juventus and he goes to Juventus.
You're missing out on
Fucking
the
take
biggest.
the red out of here. Who cares? We're fucking make it black and blue. I don't care. If Ronaldo's at a team and Haaland is learning from Ronaldo, is that not a perfect duo for him?
No.
Why?
Mm.
Not for the team. Not for the team. I'm talking about.
I know what
for
you're saying.
Haaland's development. Would Ronaldo not be a perfect?
No.
Why?
Because Ronaldo loves the spotlight.
Well, yeah.
Ronaldo makes things about him. And I absolutely love that about Ronaldo because that's what brought him to the very top of world football. Without Ronaldo's hunger to be the best, Ronaldo is not the best.
But you don't think
because
Ron-
on paper, when you break it down fundamentally, Ronaldo is nowhere near as good a footballer as Lionel Messi. However, his desire, his work ethic, and his drive makes him that good.
So, are you? What you just said? Do you not think that would be valuable for?
Of course,
and
in
you don't
points.
think that Ronaldo's sitting there and going,
I'm 38.
I'm almost
yeah.
40.
Yeah.
I'm not doing too hot right now. Maybe I can help this kid who's gonna be fucking good.
I mean, you would
Who's
hope.
gonna be good?
You would
And
hope.
he's gonna go and say, "Hey, I've done all this. Come here, come on." Come
I
with
would
me."
I would love if that was reality. I just don't know if that is.
he's just gonna do that with his kids.
yeah, that's
very
true.
true.
I think
Why
honestly,
waste my
a
time
better-
on this
I
guy?
think-
Yeah,
More
that's
Ronaldo's.
true.
I think a better player to learn off of if I'm Erling Haaland is Robert Lewandowski. Goal scoring ability is
a good-
unrivaled.
He's a good person.
His
to learn from, for
physicality,
sure.
his ability to hold up the ball as team come into him, not just rely on pace and power, but actually hold up play intelligence. I think that'd be.
Creative
And I
play.
think he would
And if-
teach too.
And
And the
I
thing
said
is-
I said that if I was Bayern Munich, I'd toss a lot of money at him because Lewandowski is getting older, and you want a replacement. Erling Haaland, hello.
And the thing is-
Guten Morgen
Ronaldo technically, his best role isn't striker.
is the left winger. Yeah.
I mean,
True, that's true.
I've read somewhere that apparently Ronaldo doesn't like playing striker, but he kind of has to kind of play there now
Yeah.
due to him losing some pace.
He doesn't have that drive and ability to just use his pace and
Push past,
power.
yeah.
And that clubs don't use two strikers anymore, which you'd be able.
Well, and
Not many, at least.
I just think not even positionally, even as
Mentality wise.
of mentality as a footballer, how you carry yourself, how you go about even your day-to-day life, for him to sit there and go, this is what, like you said,
The ethic, the drive,
the
yeah.
role model of a work ethic is exactly what Ronaldo has done
Yep.
his entire, not only career, but his life.
Yeah.
And if you're Erling Haaland, you're sitting there, no matter where you are at any point, you must be sitting there and just going, man, I want to do what that guy does.
Anyways,
And-
but the thing is, Brett,
This
you're
is-
talking about all this, like, Haaland's going to Manchester United, except that is not happening.
I was using that as a pure example.
But like reality, he's not going to United. Because like you could offer him 200 million a
Not-
week. He's not going.
Not going to United.
He needs Champions League football. You're not going to give him that. You need a title race. You're not going to give him that. Listen, man, face facts.
You just need Champions League football.
I don't
Well,
know if you're
Liam,
gonna
but
get
you know the guy you were talking crap about a few weeks ago,
that. There's a couple. I'll give you a name.
João Felix.
João Felix.
the
yeah,
one-
yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah.
one that was is going to win a Ballon d'Or.
Oh, he scored a brace today.
That's good. He was playing Real Betis.
Yeah, Betis in the cup final of the Copa del Rey.
Was it cup final?
Well, they made it.
Yeah.
They're going to play
Celtic
Valencia.
Celtic also scored a couple goals against them. So
Next
Yeah, but you
United,
lost.
that's nice. We can score goals against them. So can João Felix. Hey, you missed a fucking net, you brick.
Yeah, we also have the AC Milan Napoli game going on underneath us. Which, by the way, they've shown Fikayo Tomori a couple times. Still irks me that he's from Calgary and will not play for us.
I don't know why he wouldn't. You're not getting anywhere near that England
Yeah,
team.
yeah, he is.
He has been
got
called up
called
a
up.
couple times. I mean, after
He's not
seeing
getting-
Harry Maguire, are you sure?
That's a good point.
I
Oh, look at this man. Look at him. Fuck him up. Fuck him up.
he could be England's best center back eventually.
He could, it shouldn't be that difficult in all.
I mean, I
honesty.
thought Joe Gomez was going to be that, but he's kind of
What's happened to Joe Gomez?
Yeah.
well,
No,
he's
it's
had injuries, and Konate's just better than him, so he
It's hard
starts
for him
ahead
to
of him.
leave.
Huh?
Aston Villa. Come
Why-
get
Why
him.
would he need to leave?
Aston Villa?
Because he needs to play football. He needs to play the football, Gregory. He's
That's
good enough
That's kind of
to.
what happens when injuries happen. to
He's
you.
good enough to start in the Premier League. He deserves to start in the Premier League. Van Dijk, Matip, and Konate are all ahead of him. Hell, fucking Fabinho at times is ahead of him.
That's true.
No,
So
'cause
go
if
to
you-
Aston Villa, link up with Stevie G, him and Tyrone Mings. Actually, no, get Tyrone Mings the fuck out of there.
Conson.
Yeah, him and Konza. Dab him up.
Konza. I forgot Konza.
Yeah.
there.
Get
Yeah,
rid of
also
Tyrone Mings.
Tuanzebe.
Bonze,
No,
Yeah.
Tuanzebe is at Napoli.
Yeah, he's on. Yeah, he was.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Sorry,
that's
I
right,
forgot
yeah.
that happened. Yeah.
But no, because Tyrone Mings has had a bit of a shocker season as well. He's let in a couple Harry Maguire as goals. So let's get him out of there. Bring in Joe Gomez. I like the move. Sign sealed. Fucking Newcastle can sign him.
Wouldn't
Newcastle's
Tomori,
been good.
Tomori in
need more
the
people.
Canadian lineup be cool, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like him,
Oh, yeah.
him in that Canadian lineup would be pretty scary.
I still want Chris. I also want Cristante Brian or what the fuck Brian Cristante there.
Yeah, I remember,
Oh,
remember
yeah.
you talking about him like, oh, maybe he'll play for Canada. He won the Euros with Italy.
So he could. I said he could have been representing Canada.
Oh,
No, I remember hearing you talk about.
I think he's saying like could have.
He could have represented Canada.
I'm pretty sure I heard you say
His
he
dad is from
could.
Montreal. He could have represented Canada. Yes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay. What are we confused?
Well, no,
about?
because I thought
There's the could have or could, like still could.
Oh no. Buddy signed, still delivered Italian. You know he's shit.
I mean, if he comes to the MLS, he might.
Why the fuck would he come to the MLS?
Why wouldn't Insigne come to?
Because he's
the MLS?
old as fuck.
Well,
not even
maybe
that
when he
old.
gets old.
But he's old. But he's past his best. He's going to play for Toronto. A team lost 4-1
That
against
team is bad.
Lewis Morgan first half hat trick. This guy couldn't even play for Celtic.
Patrick Clement.
Patrick Lamala, 4 assists and a snapped ankle. Day done in Toronto.
Carlos Salcedo ruined this guy's career.
Like,
His ankle is in bits.
no, actually, he finished the game.
Did he?
Yeah,
He's not feeling it though.
he finished the game. But
That was. Did you guys see that tackle?
No.
No.
Oh my god.
he hit him here
Yeah.
with
Oh,
a
yeah.
slide tackle.
Well,
His-
his foot. To be fair, ball first.
That doesn't matter.
His
With that
stud,
being
his
said,
stud skimmed
Very
the ball.
high.
And it went bang, and it was
he started his
horrific.
tackle. This was on the side touchline, and who was it? Kamala?
Yeah,
Yeah. He's coming down the wing, and for whatever reason, Salcedo starts his tackle at the touchline, and he just comes right
it
in,
was horrific.
almost 2 feet, right like
I know.
over top of the ball onto this guy's like shin, and just out down. And I'm like, he's done. That's a red. That's a red.
The ref gave a yellow
A
on.
yellow.
Went to VAR. And the ref goes, "No, that's a yellow still." I was like,
It's like
Actually, well, his biggest concern was VAR. He couldn't hear the other side of VAR on the microphone. And I was like, "What do you need to hear? Just
what do
take a
you
look
need
at the
to
screen."
Look
Yeah.
at the man going right
And
through him.
even like the commentator was the Scottish guy,
Oh
Uh,
yes, Kilbany.
No.
No, not
No,
Kilbany.
Caldwell.
Stephen Caldwell.
Yes.
And he goes, "That's the clearest red card I've ever seen in my career." He keeps going on. He goes, "If this isn't a red card, I don't know what a red card is anymore." I think he goes, "Well, I don't know what a red card is anymore." It was so bad.
It was really bad. It was really bad. But hey, Carlos Salcedo, baby.
That was Carlos Salcedo who got that.
Yeah, that was his
I
tackle.
remember when he played for, I think, Frankfurt in the Bundesliga, like not that long ago.
Yeah, I love him, honestly. But
What the
Talk-
MLS does.
Let's talk about MLS really quickly, though.
sure.
Charlotte.
Carolina, yeah, Charlotte.
Charlotte.
The largest ever MLS crowd in history. Was it 78 or
74.
74,000?
Yeah.
Seven.
It's
Wild.
Crazy.
Filled the stadium. Great to see. hopefully they can continue that throughout the season and into next year's.
That's the thing too, is that they're not that great.
Well, that's the thing about newly started teams,
especially in the MLS. But
Never know.
I think they have a nice team.
I know nothing about their team.
They have Jordi Reyna, who is
I've heard of him.
sick.
I have heard of Jordi Reyna. I actually have.
Sick. He is sick. Get him the ball and he'll cause.
They lost the game to one a banger.
It was a good
it a
goal.
banger? I
It
had
was
to
a
Perfect, perfect
Yeah.
top right corner
It
strike from distance.
Silenced that stadium.
Really?
75,000 went silent. I was like,
Wow.
wow, okay.
Yeah, I missed the goal, but like, it looks like a college football stadium.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
Well,
it
it's
was
NFL
crazy.
football.
Is it?
It's a Panther stadium.
Oh, is it?
That's
and
why
they-
it's.
They got more crowd for that than the Panthers have gotten all season, kind of thing.
That's fair. Have you seen the Panthers play recently? They're bad.
Yeah.
There was, and then there was what was the goal? The really crazy goal
Yes,
that
the one
went.
that you sent. Lassie Lapinainen, or
Yeah, the Montreal Club Football Impact.
Club de foot.
The foot. I think there's just a deflection. The ball goes.
So perfect.
It's funny because it doesn't look like it took a deflection.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. He actually just did that. I was like,
Yeah. And the commentator goes, "It must be such a helpless feeling looking up and realizing that you just can't do anything."
I think it was
It's like,
dipping
yeah.
so fast.
It's
Like,
so
it was-
fast and hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but oh,
That's what
sorry.
she said.
Finish your
No,
point.
I was just gonna say, like, it came down really hard.
Yeah,
That's all I wanted.
now I read some
So that's
concern
what
about.
she said. So fast and hard.
That's what she said.
I read some concern about the MLS though. It was with the high of Charlotte, there was the low of I think New England.
New England had 7 people in the crowd.
How many?
There was none.
Really?
There was no one in that stadium.
Really?
And that's a team that just won
The
the
supporter shield.
Shield. Yeah, like home opener. Nobody.
Apparently,
there.
like the stadium's like 40 minutes away from Boston.
it was
So
empty.
and compare that to Charlotte, where that stadium is in like the middle of
Yeah,
the city.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, I was watching that game too. I remember it was kind of, it seemed quiet, but I guess it makes sense now why. That's,
if I can pull it up.
I want to know how many people went. Because if like 74, that was another thing too. On top of that is, I was reading recently that some of the top games, primetime games, the Seattle Sounders game last week had 134,000 people watch it.
How much?
134,000 on prime time. That was the prime time game on national TV. So they're looking for a new TV deal. Considering those are the numbers you're getting for, I mean, the Seattle Sounders are a good team too. Like
Yeah.
those are one of your
Mhm.
top teams in the league.
Mhm.
And if you're not drawing those numbers on a primetime game, and I think they were playing like Nashville or something. Or no, that was this week. They were playing another one of the top teams and 130,000 people. That's not a lot. You're trying to get a new deal and
Yeah, it's. And,
I'm struggling
and
to
that's what's
find
crazy is there's 74,000 people at a game.
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
More than
Think-
half of what you're just talking about the TV numbers. It's
Think
just
about
crazy.
how many people would be watching that game if it wasn't for it being the first game and end against LA Galaxy. I want to know those numbers. How many people? Watch
Yeah,
that game.
I think that obviously the Charlotte capacities gets limited to like 38,000 in the future.
Fair.
That's like with a lot of stadiums and like that, like
Right.
Atlanta United are like that as well.
Yeah,
Where it's like they don't sell tickets to fill out the entire stadium.
right.
Only,
You were saying BC Place closes off the top.
Yeah,
too,
the top,
right?
the top deck gets completely closed. Yeah.
yeah, so that type of stuff happens, and so obviously you won't expect 75,000 in the next
Yeah.
game.
Mhm.
It was nice to see.
Well, and but still, like you have to wonder if it wasn't the first game. Say they do have the 75,000 for another game in the future, and it's not a primetime game against Chicharito. Like, how many people are you selling to these people? Hey, here's Charlotte FC and Nashville.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah. That's not a game that people care about. It
No.
is. Yeah, 100%.
there's no one in that game that you really want to watch. Like, it's.
No, 100%.
I
just-
think
it's
the
just the
MLS
open.
might have that problem.
Yeah, I think it is a difficult thing because MLS is kind of transitioning from like big stars, old players, big stars to like, younger players that can have an impact and be great players in the league. But then you kind of have this situation of it's harder to really build those guys up and make them stars of the league if they end up getting sold to Europe.
Leave. Yeah,
Immediately.
exactly.
That's the thing, because you look at like Alphonso Davies is a big one now. Pepe.
Yeah, Ricardo Pepe.
They do well in the MLS, and the first chance they get, they leave. And I mean, it makes sense. That's the goal, to make it out of America and into Europe, stuff like that. But you have to hold on to these young talents and actually like create a league around them. But that's difficult to do.
Yeah. Well, you look at a team that was brought up already, Atlanta United. They have a pretty deep.
Yep.
And they have guys coming, and they're buying cool young players. Thiago Almada they signed recently. Joseph Martinez too is on that team. Like, they have a cool club.
Yeah, Atlanta United are probably the best team in MLS with everything they do.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out my MLS alliance right now, or allegiance.
Still not figured that out.
No, I want time. I want to make sure I have the right team. I want to.
What's the criteria you're looking for?
I don't know. I just know it's not going to be San Jose.
I'm just kind of cheering for Vancouver because it's literally the closest.
Yeah, that's how I was feeling too. But
San Jose sucks. New York, so
that was good. Because that was a clean sheet too.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Why would it not be San Jose?
They're boring.
Why you talk about San Jose being first?
Because literally they are so boring. I don't even think it's a team. You look at the jerseys, they're boring. You look at their badge, it's boring.
Everything.
Blue and black for San Jose, California? Are you kidding me?
I got the attendance for that game. Sorry, it took me so long. Attendance for New England versus FC Dallas finished in a 1-0 win for New England, 14,500.
I mean, that looks bad in a football stadium.
Big full NFL stadium.
If they had their own stadium and it was like maybe 25,000 capacity stadium, that wouldn't be as bad.
So,
and
that made it look like it was like 700 people.
Yeah. And like the first game was away, so it was away in Portland. There was 24,000.
Well, and plus in stadiums like that too, the noise, if there's not a lot of people, it's not really bouncing off a lot of things. It's just that's probably why it was so quiet. But
the MLS, I don't know. The MLS culture is definitely changing.
Yeah,
I think America and the fan base is actually getting on board with the MLS, and
I think there's a great TikTok culture too.
Yeah,
for MLS.
Yeah. Social media presence.
Yeah.
Get younger people involved in the game, stuff like that. It's not like you have to get away from, my dad supported United, so I support United. No, I'm going to support FC Dallas because they're an exciting team, just like how you're saying. So, no, the MLS...
Not San Jose.
It's not going to be compared to Europe. It's its own thing.
Yeah.
So don't go, Europe is a dead atmosphere. I've seen more limbs at a funeral. Well, congratulations.
Good for you.
I'm happy that your 4th division club can get 20,000. I wish Canada or North America had that. It doesn't yet. Maybe one day. You never know.
Realistically, England has had the culture of football for like 150 years.
And I look at Canada.
We haven't even been around for.
I look at Canada's hockey culture. I saw yesterday a friend of mine posting videos of him at the University of Alberta game.
Yeah,
it was fucking wild in there.
It's fun.
Like, and those games are fun. A university team, and like the WHL and NHL, it's full stadiums,
Like, you could compare those colleges to like the two football clubs in like England, like communities. They're like communities, literally.
Yeah.
So, I think if clubs in North America can like transition that way, make it like a community, then I think you'll get that type of support eventually.
And we all are in agreement that the worst community is still FC Edmonton. We love FC Edmonton. We support FC Edmonton. We want the best for you. But man, they've just been poorly run in the community.
Hopefully, we have new owners now.
Hopefully,
we just got a new owner, so hopefully,
I want the best for them. I want good for them.
Well, I mean,
I just want things to change.
Here's the thing: what you're saying is strong, but is not necessarily. You look at the numbers, and you're like, FC Edmonton's the only team in the CPL who haven't been able to consistently sell over 1,000.
And that's
They don't
crazy.
have more than 1,000 fans at any of the games.
Jeez.
And that's the CPL. Every other team, York United, Forge, every other team
They're getting
has
up
more
there.
than 1,000 people.
And this is the same city that hosted Canada 2 games and sold over
And
50,000.
we're trying to get a World Cup.
So it's like a city that cares about football, a city that cares about sports in general. I mean, sporting
and a
venues
big
are
thing
packed.
about that though is those games were they were promoted. Like,
Yeah.
they were
Promoted,
crazy.
they
And
were
as we're
advertised, they were
saying,
hyped.
FC Edmonton is just not promoting at all.
And it doesn't help that their on-field is not great.
Yeah, well,
If they were playing good football, man, you would love to go see them, but they're not. They're playing.
Well, even then, I think it's also up to the fans that come to create an atmosphere,
Yeah.
to create a reason why people want to come. If you're coming to a game to go and sing and chant and jeer other teams' players, then that's what you're coming to do. You don't even care about if you win or lose.
Yeah.
But if you go out there and or if you're coming to a game and you're only there for good, then we're good, and that's all I want.
Yeah.
Then you have kind of the wrong idea. Like you said as well, you have to build a community around a team, and if you don't have that community, which FC Edmonton currently doesn't really have,
Well, like,
then you're not going to have those numbers.
I look at us, and I don't want to toot horns that don't exist, but you know, why would FC Edmonton not get involved more with online social media and stuff like that? And you know, why would you not reach out to social media platforms in your own city
Right.
involved in the game? You know,
Right. Well,
I'm not taking shots at them and say, oh, you guys are doing a bad
no,
job.
it's just an
but-
example. It's just
you
purely
know.
an example.
Well, like Brett, you've been to a lot of games.
Oh,
like
yeah.
how
Yeah.
There's next to nothing in regards to in-game interaction
Yeah.
with the fans. Honestly, I went to a game and Canadian Premier League officials walked past me and they said, "So, do they pay you to be that loud?" and walked away. Like, you can hear me and my friends from the other side
Yeah.
of the stadium.
Me and Brett could have a conversation across the field.
And there's a mascot that sometimes comes around, but there's not an in-game host.
And I think the difference is
There's no atmosphere.
North American sports and North American fans kind of need that.
Yeah.
They need the interaction. They need the jumbotron. They need this and that. You know?
Like, I went to an Oilers game and you were telling me your cousin was sitting ahead of me.
yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, ref, you suck."
Yeah.
And you were saying that your cousin almost turned around and said, "Stop talking.
Yeah.
We're at
No.
a sporting event."
No, he didn't stop talking. He recognized you. He's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck's this guy on about?
Yeah. But somebody said to him or something that
Yeah.
wanted me to be
I remember
quiet.
going to I haven't gone to many Oilers games. I've only gone to 2, and the second one I went to was like the match where they clinched making the playoffs for the first time in
cool.
since 2006. And I remember, when they scored, everything got loud and things
Yeah.
like that. But then,
When the actual game's just happening, it goes quiet.
like,
It does.
we were trying to start chants, and then it just died down, and
Yeah.
it was like, this is kind of lame.
It
And
is.
the thing
It is.
I remember when I first went to see a game at Celtic Park, we watched the game there and we came home, and 2-3 weeks later there was a CFL football game. We went to that and we all sat there and went, this is so boring.
Yeah.
It's silent. Yes, there's an announcer. Yes, there's things going on, but there's no fan. Everyone's just sitting there having a conversation
Yeah.
themselves.
I
and
went to a CFL game too one time. I left like early. I left like third quarter.
Wow.
And it was just like, well, one thing, like there was just like one guy just arguing about everything, and it was so annoying.
yeah.
But then like the stuff that was happening in between the everything, like the stuff that was happening in between plays was just like, what is this
Yeah.
crap?
Yeah.
The in-game entertainment.
North America is just
It's a very different sports culture.
But I mean,
And you have to go at it as a very different sports culture. Don't make it. Oh my
Don't try
God,
to
we're
compare
the
them.
Premier League, because you're not. The Premier League brands itself. It sells itself.
Yeah.
You could just put on a TV with Arsenal and Spurs, and people would sit down and watch it and enjoy it. North America, you have to sell it to them. You have to brand it to them. You have to come as a family. You get a hot dog and come play on the field afterwards. It's like, oh
Yeah.
wow.
Well, and let's
Wow.
look at the CPL. Let's keep looking at the CPL when I was at a FC Edmonton Cavalry game, and Cavalry is Calgary, so it was the Battle of
Rivalry,
Alberta.
yeah.
Yeah. Cavalry fans were fucking great.
Yep.
They were great, and I hate to say that, but they were great. They would chant all the time. It was here in Edmonton, and you could hear them, not us. And then they would start doing their chants, and only me and my friends would go, "What?" And that's it. That's all you heard from us. That's it. That's all you do. What did you say? And then they would have a song back to us. They weren't saying it to the supporters. They were going, "Hey, section 134, shut up," and doing their little song. It took 5 teenagers.
How many people was it? Like
5 or for cavalry?
Yeah.
They must have had a bus. Like, they had people coming up. And
But I mean,
they have songs. Forge FC is the same way. Pacific, they have these atmospheres, and they are constantly at the top of the league.
You want to know something I think is helped those teams? They were newly created. Forge, Pacific, brand new, wow, shiny and new. FC Edmonton has been around for so long, and for so long has been shit. That the idea
People
of
don't care for it.
people go, you know what, guys, we gave you your best shot, you didn't do it.
I remember
We're
when,
done.
well, this is a good example for it. I remember when FC Edmonton was. What league was it that they were in?
They were in
What-
the
NASL.
Yeah, they
there
were
you
in
go.
NASL.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's
Were
the
you
example.
on the team and we played as the halftime show? Were you there for
Truly?
that?
Maybe.
The team I was playing on, we were the halftime entertainment.
At least you had halftime entertainment.
Like,
They don't
like-
even have it anymore.
like that. So the halftime happens. My team goes on. We play I think it was like a 7v7.
Clark Park, wasn't
yeah,
it?
like a little 7v7 game during half. And I was like, okay, this is fun, but for me, it was like, oh, this is great. But as someone in the crowd, you don't give a shit about this.
No.
Yeah.
You don't
No.
care. And like, I'm not saying you need a halftime show. It's just I think
Give me
a,
something.
a
They
big
have,
thing.
they have t-shirt tosses sometimes.
A big thing with the FC Edmonton though is just it's an old team. It's just
Let us help.
well, like even like the branding FC Edmonton. That doesn't. I don't know. Get a name.
I like FC Edmonton.
That's fine.
I like Pacific. I like that name. That's a cool name. Cool logo and good colors too.
Cavalry is a good name.
It is exactly.
I think we're actually the only team that. Oh
Yeah.
no, Atletico Ottawa.
It's like Atletico in front of wow.
Yeah, well, I mean they're owned.
Salt based.
Yeah, because they're owned by Atletico.
I understand.
Yeah.
But that's hype.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It
Oh, and
actually is.
Halifax too.
Ah.
I don't know. It's
I don't know. I'm not really been hyped with FC Edmonton.
No.
I never hear anything about it.
and that's probably why you're not as hyped.
And that's the thing.
Well-
We are soccer fans in the same city, and we don't hear anything about it. How's that happen? Well, yeah.
Or
How's
was.
that happen?
Or was, yeah. Waz and I go to games.
But saying that, I do hope we are going to games. I do hope we are involved with FC Edmonton. So I want to get into the CPL more.
yeah,
I wanna
FC
get more
Edmonton just got
exposure.
FC Edmonton just got Luke Singh from TFC.
Wow,
That's good.
crazy.
Very
I
good.
don't know who that is.
Very,
Yeah.
very good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
We have talked nothing about football so far this podcast. It's been a great conversation. Anything else we want to talk about? Anything going on in our lives? I know there's still, the big old story of Ukraine and Russia. That's still a thing.
Yeah.
Footballing wise, Russia's been kicked out of pretty much every competition, whether it's their teams and the national team. I don't agree
And
with
not
that.
just football. Like in,
I don't agree with.
sports
I
in
don't agree
general.
with that. I'm sorry.
Well,
it's
you
not the
got.
fault.
You have to make a statement. Something has to be done.
It's not the
can't
fault
just-
of the players.
I know.
It's not.
But you got to do something about it.
Yeah, it's like realistically, if I know that like there's been wars that happen all around the world and like those countries haven't been kicked out, but it's something that you need to make something happen. And like when you have football players in Ukraine not being able to play at all,
No.
it kind of like seems a bit bad.
Well,
Well,
that's
it's disrespectful if the Ukrainian players cannot play because their country's invaded, but the Russian players, yeah, we're all good. We're gonna keep it going. Yeah, I get you. That is not right. It's not fair.
And realistically, like why should these countries go to Russia and play these
100%.
international matches?
I think 100%. There should never, for a long, long time, be games held in Russia or something like that. Because really, why give Russia the platform, the TV rights, whatever it is? I'm sorry.
And of course, Ukraine, who's supposed to play Scotland
On the 24th of March.
soon.
Yeah.
They asked to have that game postponed.
It is postponed
It
to
is
June.
postponed? Okay.
And even then, I mean, who knows what the next 6 months are going to look like between Ukraine and Russia and the rest of the world?
I still don't know what's happening with Poland versus Russia. I know Poland refuses to play in Russia or against Russia, and same with Sweden and Czech Republic, who are the potential teams if Russia win that match.
Yep.
So I don't have the best words to say, but like at the end of the day, it's a tough situation. Obviously, it's not like people's fault that is happening. It's the oligarchs' fault and the Kremlin and crap like that.
It's the one man in charge of it all.
Well, and he's also been not influential, but he has had a couple forks in the game of football.
Oh yeah, I mean, you looked at the 2018 Russia World Cup when he was at the opening games and stuff like that, and
so I think like it's something that he does obviously care about.
And to talk about Russians, Chelsea, Roman Abramovich will be selling the club. It looks like that's huge news.
Yeah,
because really, let's say this war doesn't happen. I don't think Abramovich is anywhere close to selling Chelsea.
No.
That club's printing him money. They're actually being very successful recently. They're winning trophies.
There's a lot of debt, like a huge
fair.
debt,
I
like
think that's-
1.5 billion, I think.
That's most clubs, though.
Yes, but
I don't know how.
I mentioned this on the stream today, but apparently Chelsea fans during like the minute silence for Ukraine, they were saying, "Do you hear about that?" Like,
yeah,
they were chanting Abramovich's name. Like it's
What?
we understand that's your club owner, not the time for
sports washing works. That's what we know.
Yeah. What works?
Sports washing.
Sport. Oh, because you're like winning.
Well, yeah,
brainwashing.
like
Well,
saying like
essentially letting things go because
you're winning. Yeah.
Well, not only because it's sport
and your team and tribalisms, things
exactly.
like that.
I
It's
don't
like
get
when
Chelsea fans sometimes.
it's like when a celebrity goes and does something, you're like, oh, but it's so and so, so it's
like
fine.
Kanye the past like 6 months.
Exactly, literally.
As a crackhead.
Literally.
Just a crackhead.
Like
because there's a reason he is selling the club. There's a reason that's happening.
It's because
not
if he
the
doesn't
time.
sell, it gets taken away from him. So he'd
I
rather.
know.
I'm saying for not just you. He'd rather make his money back than just lose it for nothing. And I get that as a business side. I think I get that. You know, you don't want to lose all that investment you've made. He is doing a good thing by any of the profits are going to be donated to a charity. That's a lot of act and not a lot of
I'm
actual.
shocked
Like,
by that.
he has to look good.
yeah.
I
He has to look good.
genuinely
I understand
and
that.
realistically, how he got the money in the first place was
Yeah.
taking advantage of countries from the
Yeah.
broken down Soviet
Yeah, and
unions.
even to this day, the way he gets his money, maybe not ideal, maybe not the most legal way, but you know what? That's a lot of owners. You know,
all
a
owners,
lot
let's
of
be real.
big rich people are not nice and they don't get their money in the right way. And
I mean, you can't really get that type of money being without
No.
stepping on some toes,
Yeah,
which
it's
is the
unfortunate.
bad thing. Yeah.
Shout out Louis Dreyfus or whatever the hell his name is,
who the fuck is that guy?
the owner of Stenderland.
No, I
Lewis.
only support Tony Khan, AEW wrestling #1.
AEW's the best. I've converted them. We've converted them.
I don't even watch that much.
Yeah.
So apart from war in Ukraine, of course, we want to say best wishes to Ukraine and everything like that, because that doesn't even need to be said. It's just common sense. Stand with the good guys, go against the bad guys. That's just basic common sense. Anything else to talk about in this week of football or the rest of the world?
Sandro Tonali's a great man.
Okay.
Champions League's coming.
Yeah.
Europeans this week, so that'll be exciting.
Celtic finally won away at Livingston at the Tony Macaroni Arena. Oh my God.
Congratulations.
It's called the Tony Macaroni Arena.
Is it actually?
Yes.
I thought you were kidding.
No, it is called the Tony Macaroni Arena.
Really?
Yes.
Who called that?
There's a company called Tony Macaroni.
No.
There is. Let me Google
No.
what Tony Macaroni is.
Is anybody else offended? That is wrong.
Nope.
Really? I have to see this.
Tony Macaroni Arena.
Tony Macaroni Arena.
It's a chain of restaurants.
What?
Yeah, it's an Italian restaurant chain in
It
Scotland
is
and Northern Ireland.
Not.
That's like the what's that pasta sauce called?
Pesto?
No. It's
The founder of the company is literally named Tony Macaroni. The man's name is Tony
He just named it
Macaroni.
himself.
No.
Let's see Tony Macaroni.
I want to see Tony Macaroni. Why is that Pizza Hut?
I don't know.
What?
There's no Wikipedia about Tony Macaroni.
Why are you trying to find Wikipedia?
It's something about him.
Liam.
Yeah, that's fair. Why?
Which one are you looking for?
I can't remember the name. It's like just some random Italian name it's named after.
Really? It's a pizza sauce?
Yeah, no, pasta sauce.
Oh, pasta sauce. Have you seen that TikTok recently where it's like, you gotta get yourself this get you a pepe sauce? It's so bad. It pisses me off
I have not
every
seen
single time. Because she'll pick it up and she'll go, get you a pepe.
That's probably
Sauce?
so loud. Holy.
That was loud.
My voice is cracking.
I can't find much about Tony
It
Macaroni.
doesn't really matter.
I think, anything else? I think we should
I think
wrap
it's
it up
good to
there.
Wrap it up, yeah.
We'll wrap it up there.
I actually really enjoyed that. It was a good football conversation this week.
Lots of Manchester United,
Yeah.
like usual.
If you-
They're just a good talking point.
Yeah.
There's apparently pasta sauce called Yo Mama's.
Your mama? No way, really? It's not. Hey, it's not your mama's pasta sauce.
If you are listening to us on audio apps, thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
Make sure you're following us on Spotify. Give us a like and a share, all that stuff. And if you're on YouTube, thank you very much. Give
If you're still here, thank you.
Give the channel a share. Help us get the podcast channel out there. Get more attention to the podcast itself.
Yep.
For the four of us today, I'm Rasta and Wazzy. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.